very much.
man of a certain age. This is Tom speaking. Well, I said handsome young man. I mean, no one's going to refer to Bob as a young man unless they're 100. That young whippersnapper, that punk
Thank you,
kid.
Tom. Thanks for that compliment. The compliments keep on coming. I really,
I just love it when he digs himself
You
into
know how to
it.
make people feel so
Yes,
good.
you do.
There's a reason for this coming up in a matter of moments. You'll find out why.
All right.
Gunner,
Hello.
handsome younger man.
Thank you, sir.
Camo hat, day 5. You love that hat, don't you?
I love this hat. Yes, I do.
It's called instant shower, isn't it?
Oh, baby, it's the only way to go.
Christy Lee is, of course, the lady of the house. She is at the news desk. Gunner is sitting in for Chick today. And then Darren Criss has joined us. He is a fine actor and singer.
Darren,
What an adjective. It was very distinguished. Very elegant.
Yeah, and you know him from the show
Fine.
Glee. And Christy is our Gleek
Yeah.
here in the room. And the reason I mentioned that Bob is being a young man, we'll get back to this in just a second, Darren, is because I have this news story here.
yes.
From the BBC. A 102-year-old woman did what they call a base jump off of a bridge in Idaho. Here's a picture, Christy.
Yeah, I see
Her
her.
name is Dorothy Custer.
They didn't push her?
And she apparently was General Custer's sister.
Good for her. Good for her.
Wow.
Look at her. Look at this. Look at this sweet old lady that shows her on the bridge. This,
Oh, my God.
I
Are
would
you sure
not
she
do
wasn't
this.
trying to
Yeah.
kill
Are you
herself?
sure they weren't
exactly,
trying to
yeah.
kill her?
Trying to
No,
commit
she's got
suicide?
She does have the
She has
hat.
a helmet on and all the big straps.
She's
It's
I think there's something to that, Gunner, though. I think what a way to go out.
grandkids want that inheritance. Come on, Granny.
Now, you boys are so mean. It says Dorothy Custer celebrated her 102nd birthday by base jumping off the Perrine Bridge in Idaho? I'm not sure. It was
I believe you.
It's not the first extreme sport she has done. For her 101st birthday, she did a zip line.
Oh,
But,
for Granny.
So this is like this awesome.
So what has she been doing the past 100?
I gotta say, so
Yeah.
Granny definitely has a death wish.
She wants
I'm
to
thinking, I mean,
die.
when
She
you're
wants to die, and they keep putting helmets on.
Why are we picking on this poor woman?
Keeps
Come
messing
on,
it up.
taking a shower when you're 102 can be tragic.
Wow.
All right, I give up. Darren, it's nice to see you live and in
Likewise.
person.
Guys.
And now, what is this? What is your status in the world of television? I know you're on a tour, and you've got like sold out shows all over the
Indeed.
place. Tomorrow you're in Chicago with the House of Blues.
Yeah, I'm all over the place, man. We're doing a little bit of a tour for. I come from a lot of interesting different things. I started off as kind of a musician, singer, songwriter in different parts of the country, and then I kind of fell into the TV rabbit hole, and sort of been doing that. So when I'm not filming that, I'm doing a lot of music, and I also am a part of a theater company that travels around and does shows. So.
Now, can I ask how old you are?
Yes, I'm 26.
26. Now, we've just been joined by another. Are you in the 26 club, Pat?
Just officially made it.
Big 10-4.
Yeah, didn't you just have a
When did you turn 26?
May 2nd.
Okay. Now, you guys are both very distinguished in your fields.
More so him.
Well, yeah.
I don't
more
want to
people
dismantle
know
any
him than
perceptions
you.
here. I'm just going to let you guys run with that.
Well, see, I mean, you both get a lot of TV time.
I watch a lot.
More so him.
Yeah.
Well, that's no, but I mean, you're of course in the NFL. So when your team is playing, but as a punter and a kicker, you're not on that much.
I'm like a shot. You know, I come in for the party and then they
Then
just
you're
keep
gone.
it moving.
Yeah.
I can relate. To that.
Sometimes he doesn't even come in for a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Things are going
There
well.
are no designed plays for you,
That's
are
the
there?
thing. It's an interesting gig. When the offensive has failed, then Pat comes in and cleans up the mess.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
It's got to be hard for the owner to write a check to you when the team's had a great week and you haven't had to punt at all.
Yeah.
But you have.
What am I paying
But I love taking it.
I'm gonna say you have no problem catching
Yeah,
it.
no problem at all. I have no problem with it.
Not a bad chair to be in.
So, Pat, are you a Glee fan?
Sure. Sure I am.
Now, Pat and I were recently on stage together for a special charity show, and Pat was awesome.
It was like a Glee, really. We didn't sing, but boy, we were performing.
That's okay, neither do I.
You took your clothes off and stuff, didn't you?
It was for the kids.
Just like Glee.
Could I step in? I'm sorry, Darren, I
Not
apologize.
in front of kids.
I apologize again, Darren.
Is that the police pulling up
Not in
outside
front of
the
kids. It was
studio?
for the kids.
And part of it was a theatrical performance, and the role demanded
I see.
a certain amount of stripping, but there was no full nudity. I want to make that clear.
I was in a kilt.
It was a kilt.
All right.
Well, that's completely different.
Well, take it off there for a second, didn't I?
Yeah.
You're
I saw.
the Jim Morrison of
I saw
charity
pictures.
theater.
Yeah.
So Darren, what do you play?
Play violin, right?
Yeah, actually. Well, I did play a couple different things. Sorry to relieve this from the Celtic tripping.
That's right.
Tom touched my shamrocks. That's all you need to know.
Oh, my.
You know, sometimes.
Yeah, violin. You play.
Well, you know, I started on the violin when I was a kid. I played for several years, and I was just a music geek. And you know, I wrote a lot of music, and I moved on to other instruments. Sort of jack of all trades, master of none. And
Well, now, but you mentioned that you're 26 now.
yes,
When you started on Glee, how old were you?
I was 23.
And you were portraying a.
I was portraying a student at a sort of rival high school.
So you're portraying like a 17-year-old.
Yeah. Wow. Impressive. Isn't that fun?
Well, that's always the case, though. And
It is the case. It's sort of a time-honored American television tradition of.
Yeah.
I'd freak out if I was actually cast my own age. That'd be crazy.
they.
Yeah, we're all pushing 30 and playing high school kids. Which is nice. There are worse afflictions.
I always
That's
wondered
true.
about that, like the boy bands, like when they go out, like it has to be weird for them because they're like 30 years old and they're all 15-year-old girls screaming at them.
I actually know. I think
That's why they made a law, Pat.
That's why there are cops there.
there is a rule book somewhere.
Sorry, Darren.
And they all have mothers. So
No,
you know,
they don't. Have you ever been to one of those concerts? They
No.
do not.
No mothers with them?
Me neither.
They're like, have you been to one of those concerts? I certainly haven't. Not me.
No, you've been
Me
there.
neither, guys. If we're
No
wondering.
way.
I have. In fact, to show what a dad I am, I took my daughter, this was many years ago, twice to see the Spice Girls.
Well, but that's the Spice Girls. That's something
Yeah.
for you to look at. I mean, they're
Why
attractive.
don't you be a
girls.
dedicated father and go to NSYNC
Yeah.
back in the day? Why don't you do that?
I'm taking my
No,
girls to One
that's a
Direction.
drop off.
Well, the One Direction kids they're actually, you know, teenagers. It's like most of these
Yeah, they're
girls,
young.
when they're popular, they are in fact boy bands. You know, barely anyone can.
So when you're asked to act as a teenager, you have to put your brain back there 5-10 years ago, and
I'm lucky. You know, they write it out for you.
Andy.
Contrary to popular belief, it's not actually.
you didn't think of all those cool words.
I wish I did, man. No. They do quite a bit of movie magic. I'm one of the luckier ones. I don't really feel like I look, sound, or talk like my character, so
You don't?
you kind of slip into it and shave in a nice little hair jelly, and you know.
You have
I speak in slightly higher of a voice, and I speak a little slower.
your
but,
hair's a lot longer than what.
When do you start? Now, how many more seasons are they talking about doing? Are they doing one more?
Well, actually, something happened to Glee that's kind of atypical for a lot of television shows. It got picked up for 2 seasons, which is quite extraordinary. That's kind of a
Yeah.
So we're on for 2 more years.
Okay. That's all
Like
right.
it or not, we'll
Hey.
figure it out.
Means you're working for 2 more years.
And as far
Exactly.
as you know, your character lives through both seasons.
Yes, well, yeah.
Does
who
Glee kill
knows?
people off?
No,
way.
they
No.
don't kill
Well,
people.
Glee has a pretty.
No, they transfer them.
Yeah, you can transfer.
Graduate.
There's a lot of zombie storylines. Yeah.
Well, the reason I bring this up, I don't know if you've ever watched Downton Abbey.
Of course, big fan.
Great show.
They kill everybody.
I don't want to
Yeah.
give anything away.
What are you doing?
Don't spoil it.
There are people who haven't seen the show.
I don't
Who
want
do
to
they kill?
spoiler alert.
Let's just say there's a post-apocalyptic explosion.
No, but just
and,
what's interesting is there are 2 main characters who die in the show, and in both cases they die because they couldn't come to a contract agreement with the producers.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
'cause
there's-
that first one just rocked my world. I
It's a
was
good
so-
thing they don't do that in the NFL. We
Wow.
can't do it.
Sorry, we're killing you. We're killing you off.
It does, though. It does.
I know. We're
Next
laughing. We're like,
topic.
no, it's not that way.
You've got me laughing. McAfee wasn't just cut from the team. We had him. 0.5 IBA-FM. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Finally.
We are worldwide on American Forces Radio, coast to coast on a bunch of radio stations, and we have several guests in the studio here. That's Gunner sitting in for Chick McGee.
Hey there.
He's at the sports desk. We have a genuine sportsman in the building. That would be avid sportsman. So you said,
I don't kill anything.
oh, okay.
It looks like him
Kill
with the
that
hat, with
football,
the
baby.
camo hat. You'd think that he was a
Yeah, no.
huntsman. If you stand in the forest, you actually can't see the top of your head. It's just invisible.
Yeah, it's the Duck Dynasty thing, you know, kind of.
We have a Pat McAfee,
Hello.
NFL kicker, in the studio here. And then we have Darren Criss from the TV show Glee. He's a very fine musician. and he's in the studio with us as well. You guys are both the same age.
Whoa.
Different professions.
That's wild.
But he's done much better than I have. 1.2 million followers, Darren?
Mm-hmm.
Holy hell.
He's doing all right. See, that's what a national television show.
I have a lot of family members.
Yeah.
That's a big family. I hope you guys do like a drawing at Christmas when.
Look how much better he's done with his 26 years than I have.
It's the Filipino
Okay,
thing.
so-
It's not a contest. Let's say
Wait a minute.
Pat's
Guys,
all
listen,
about Twitter.
I don't need a build me up, but
You're all about
damn
Twitter.
impressive.
I'll take it. Thank you, Pat.
You justify yourself by your Twitter followers?
Absolutely. You should see what I do to the other guys in the locker room, too. I got them all beat. Get out of the shower. Shower check. Where are you at?
No, I want to make this clear. You're checking Twitter followers, not anything else when they come out of the show.
Oh, well, I don't want to do that.
From what I
because then
understand,
lose.
from what I understand, you don't win that one.
Yeah, I lose there.
You are not number one in that one.
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, no doubt.
Whoa.
I don't know what's going on with you.
Twitter followers.
Pat and I were to play together, and there was he was wearing a kilt, and there was, I just wanted to say there was a Sharon Stone moment.
Yes.
Oh my!
That's all I'm saying.
Oh goodness!
It was very
Bob, you should have been there,
somewhat
really.
No, I'm glad I wasn't. Now
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to see your junk.
It was for charity.
You really can't take your way out of that one.
This has really been derailed.
Yes.
Let's talk about anything else. How about our news story
What news story?
about the ring? That I love this story.
Oh.
There's a ring for guys that are married,
It looks like a wedding ring.
and
like
you put it
traditional
on,
wedding
and then
ring.
you program it so that
It'll-
just before the anniversary it heats up.
It heats up 24 hours before
So
your
you-
anniversary.
So Pat, you wouldn't, for example, you could set it so you wouldn't miss your girlfriend's birthday.
That's
Oh my
what phones are
God.
for, right? I heard Gunnar say that earlier.
Yeah, well,
I think
I
that's
agree.
the
We
accurate
all-
answer.
Absolutely.
Well, Tom has the old flip
Tom
phone.
doesn't
Yeah,
have a
I don't
smartphone.
believe in smartphones.
We would like to get Tom a collar or male necklace that would heat up to 120 degrees.
One that we could shock him.
All I know, I'm not
Like
like
you guys don't want that to happen like for dates. You just want it to be
whatever you can make it
an
happen.
everyday sitch. You know,
Just for abuse of each other.
Now, how hot does this ring get?
120
degrees.
120 degrees Fahrenheit.
120.
Seems a little.
That's a little
But
warm.
isn't that funny? Because it's going to remind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I never remember anything. My mom just had her 96th birthday, and I had it the wrong day.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me?
Stickies
I thought it was on Thursday. It was on Tuesday.
Are you serious?
So back in the day, me and a girlfriend broke up, right? And I tried to be the nice ex-boyfriend and send a happy birthday text message the day of her birthday.
That's very kind.
Very noble.
Thought so too. Turns out it was June 9th, not January 9th. It was her birthday.
Well,
So you missed it by 6 months.
maybe
it was
for the
a
best.
Yeah, and she said, "You're such an ass. Just don't text me ever again." And that relationship went down the hill quickly.
No wonder your Twitter followers are just over 100,000.
Yeah.
As opposed to more than 1 million.
Yeah, she knew a lot of
6 month
people.
late birthdays tend to be.
Darren knows his old girlfriend's birthdays, I bet. See?
Do you?
Yeah.
I bet you do.
I just get my 1.2 million followers to tell me when.
Yeah, there it is.
Good call.
Yeah.
That's one
That's
point.
a smart move.
There you go. What you don't know is I actually dated 1.2 million people.
That's a whole secretary pool. That is a great idea. Bob and Tom show.
Hey guys, good morning. It's Bill Clinton
Oh,
calling.
hi, Bill.
Mr. President,
Oh, there he is. Good
How's
to-
everybody?
Oh, great, great.
Good, good. Listen, I want one of them rings you're talking about.
Is that right?
Yeah,
You don't remember your anniversary?
anniversary ring.
Yeah, it reminds you when you and Hillary got hitched, whatever day
Oh
that was.
no, I misunderstood. I thought it made it disappear when any hot chick gets within like 100
Oh,
feet of it.
no.
I don't want that. Never mind. Bye.
No, bye, Bill.
Sorry, Bill.
He usually has a longer conversation. That was a
Yeah,
quick one.
He was
Yeah, that
very disappointed.
That's definitely a no.
All I know is that I don't have a ring, but I know about April 14th, my anus feels like it's being heated up by the IRS.
That is the,
Yeah. They implant those when you're born,
Yeah.
actually.
Have a ring for that. So now Pat's very active in the world of Twitter at Pat McAfee Show.
Not as impressive as our friend here.
You're over 100,000 followers.
I
that's a
am.
lot. That's a lot of followers.
And I think you were just voted one of the most interesting Twitterers in the NFL. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's about time because they usually don't even know him, and like a lot of guys that write for blogs don't even know him in the NFL. I get confused for media outlet often. Like I'll tweet something.
That's good though. You're not just an NFL talking head.
I'm multifaceted.
I guess so, but some like Bieber fans. The other night I tweeted about Bieber's lip gloss at the Heat Pacer game.
Yeah, that's a bit
And
much.
My God, I might
They
have
hate
lost
you.
5,000 followers. Just like that. I mean, I didn't. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, that's just a rookie mistake. You can never actually tweet about Justin's lip gloss. I think that's actually
Now, what kind of stuff do you tweet about, Darren?
I'm actually the worst, man. I gotta say, I don't tweet very often. It's
What is your handle?
just Darren Criss. It's just my name.
And it's CRISS.
Yeah, I'm kind of old-fashioned. The social media thing has been a hard train for me to get on, but I sort of respect the uniform, so to speak. You know, I get that it's important for guys like me, and so I try and put enough out when it's timely.
You don't, hey, I'm standing in line.
It depends, you know. I don't know. Maybe I need to take a page out of your book.
No,
You
you
should,
don't.
I think,
You're
you
doing
know,
all
you're
right.
doing fine.
You're doing just fine. You don't need anything from me.
Apparently, less is more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
In your
think,
case.
I think so.
Now, you were on Broadway
Yeah, I did. And so stuff like that. when I'm
doing.
on Broadway.
You were in
How to
How to Succeed in Business by Trying. And then if you're a fan of Mad Men,
Oh, yeah.
you know there's. I thought the first time I watched the first episode of Mad Men, I went, wait a minute.
That's Robert.
Is that
That's-
Robert Morse?
that's
Who was
Robert
like
Morse.
the only thing I knew him for. He was famous in the '60s for
Yeah.
being in How to Succeed.
It's kind of a cool inside joke on the
Yeah.
show. Is
Yeah, it
that,
really is.
That when the creator of the show, Matthew Weiner, whichever one he prefers.
Weiner, I think.
Weiner. I suppose he would prefer that. So he cast him as sort of the
old ad
head
guy.
of the chair of the department. You know, he's the big
The owner, yeah.
big cheese. Because in the movie, this guy, back in the early '60s, I think, is when the film came out. He played this kind of conniving, scheming guy to get to the top, and so here he is.
Now, did you get to sing that song?
The
How to Succeed.
yes, that's the opening number. Yeah, that was fun. I got to do that, man. And there's a sort of that show has this kind of iconic beginning where they you come down as a window washer from the ceiling.
Are you allowed to still do other things like Broadway and stuff since you were Glee, or they have a
Oh.
strict only Glee policy?
Oh no, man! They were very, very kind about letting me do it. I mean, it's not a walk in the park. I kind of bookended. There was about a 2-year period where I didn't take any vacation back to back, so that was a bit exhausting. And right now, I mean, technically I'm on vacation, but I'm touring because
Now let me ask you. We had a thing.
No, you're working.
We had a thing earlier from Christy Lee. I think it was from Rolling Stone, the top 10 things that rock bands do that people hate.
That
And one
annoy
of them was
fans.
don't playing their hits. Don't play. Now, when you do your solo tour, do you play songs
I
from
play-
Glee? Do you?
Well, it's all over the map because I was kind of mentioning it earlier. I have this theater company, Starkid, that sort of sounds like a pedophilic casting agency, but it's actually an inside joke on a B science fiction movie that came out when me and my friends were kids. But we wrote a series of sort of silly musicals right after college, and kind of.
I know that I was just reading that one of your pieces entitled "Me and My Dick"
Yes,
entered the Billboard charts at number 11. Is that correct?
that's right. That's right. Well, I mean, on cast album charts.
Is that a friend named Richard?
That was originally.
That's our friend Richard. Yeah.
That was originally the name of this morning show.
Yeah, exactly.
The me being Bob.
Me being Bob, yeah.
Of course.
You're welcome. I gave you that one slow pitch.
Yeah, you guys are the models.
Yeah,
out of the
wrote the
park.
entire musical. Well, just so the FCC doesn't come breathing down my neck, you can use your imagination
Sure.
for what
So
that's
do
about.
you perform stuff from that so people go to see you?
So we perform a number of things. I have there's songs from from several musicals that we've done. We did a sort of a Harry Potter parody musical at one point, and we've done some other shows.
Is it correct that that's how you got cast?
No.
How did you get cast?
Everything
Where did they
seemed to
see
hit
you?
at once. That reached a bit of viral success for me, where I was like, whoa, this was kind of at the advent of the viral video being a thing,
Yeah.
where, the rules, you can't actually make one, you can't sit down and calculate, it just has to happen sort of naturally. It was an accident, and it kind of made a lot of noise for me and my colleagues. And at the same time, I was in Los Angeles, just auditioning for stuff, sort of a mercenary, I was writing music, I was just trying to get any kind of job possible. I played in a lot of bars, I was playing on the street, I did a lot of stuff, and I just auditioned for it. It was as simple as that. I auditioned for it, and
Walked
I got
in
it.
and got it.
Oops.
Mhm.
So, I wish I could say it was like, I also had to kill several people that we wanted
Sure,
to
I
talk
understand.
about. I had a lot
Sure,
of blood in
sure.
my hands.
The story just got better.
That's
Yeah,
why.
exactly.
That's why there's a Hollywood sign to hide bodies.
Exactly.
Now speaking of work,
Need to know basis on that.
Speaking of work, we'll switch gears here, and I talked briefly with Pat. Pat, you've been working hard. I know the various teams in the NFL, you're on your, what do they call this special
It's
thing?
called OTAs, right?
OTA, which stands for, it's not like optional.
Now
No,
you
off-season training, team activity.
Is it optional though, or is it?
It's all voluntary and optional, but so is making the team, they say. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
Organized team activities?
Maybe,
Is
that's
that it?
Maybe
Or
that's
optional team
it.
activity.
There's so many words you can put in and out of there.
Are you supposed to be there right now? Is that?
No.
You're okay.
You're no, the options are Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have an optional job every Monday through Thursday morning, but I am also on a 1-year contract.
There you go.
So,
You want to be there.
yeah, I want to show my face.
Are you doing a lot of kicking, or is it all like push-ups and?
Oh, I don't do a lot of push-ups. A lot of kicking. Try to stay away from the push-up department.
Doesn't use his chest to kick.
That's true.
I'm trying to help this man get overall health.
Every photograph I've seen of Pat in the sports page or any of the papers, there's not a football in his hand. He's just laughing with teammates.
Yes. Yeah, that's a lot of that going on right
Which is
now.
very important.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, let's we need to have a justice.
Yeah,
You're the morale booster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Like a mascot.
Yeah.
You're like the mascot. What a compliment.
That's
Or jester.
That's
We're just going to call you Blue from now on.
When you retire from kicking in the NFL, you can get to put the suit on.
I can't wait. I really can't. No, but right now there's a lot of like the offense has to learn the offense, the defense has to learn the defense.
So what do you have to learn?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm there to boost confidence because some guys have rough days.
Yeah.
And they get real down. Everybody thinks they're going to get cut tomorrow. You
Right.
know? So I'm in there to lighten the mood, kick some bombs, and then just.
How's your kicking
get out
going?
of there. Oh, I'll kick the ball real far.
The boomstick is
Yeah,
doing fine.
oh yeah, she's feeling good. Yeah, she's feeling good. I wish there was a game tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for me to have to hold this because we go on like a month-and-a-half break before training camp,
Right.
and I'm going to have to figure out how to.
Well, can you go to the
Did you go
complex
to
and
a high
kick?
school and kick or something?
Yeah, but we're talking about it's like a pitcher with his arm.
You don't want to. You don't
You
want
don't
to
wanna-
tire the boom.
Yeah, you got to watch the.
So what
pitcher's
do
arm.
you do? You know, when you have that month and a half sort of lag. Like,
I don't know
what
because
does one do?
in years past I've been really awful at this time.
You know what I would say? I would say tan the boomstick.
Tan? I'm a
Tan.
spray tanner. You guys
No,
know
no,
that.
I would.
I'm Irish.
I'd take that boomstick to a beach.
Well, I was just at a beach. Funny you should ask.
I see.
Myrtle Beach.
Mm.
Oh, we're going there on vacation.
Very
Are you? With kids?
Yeah.
Not the same Myrtle Beach I went to.
No, sir.
So,
Oh, really?
I was
Yeah.
down there for a bachelor party.
Oh, big difference.
very nice.
Yeah.
And we had a good time. So, I didn't want, it was with 14 guys from college.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Lordy.
Teammates.
Oh, my goodness.
So we haven't seen each other in a long time, so it was a big reunion.
I'll
So
bet.
whenever we went out at night, we didn't want the night to end.
No, of
we
course
stayed
not.
up like a long time because it was a lot of fun. There was no drama. There was no nothing. We were right on the beach. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to an after-hours bar. You're gonna love this, Darren. This is right down Glee Alley. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm fascinated. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know what happened.
Right down Glee Alley.
Yeah. Well,
Sounds
not
kind of
really.
scary. I don't know if I want to go down.
What
Glen
happened?
Alley in the middle
Yeah,
of-
it's a dark Glee Alley. All right. So there's this place called Club There.
Okay.
And if you ever go to Myrtle Beach, don't go to
Club There.
Yeah, don't go to there.
Don't go there.
No,
The
yeah.
show is sponsored by Club There.
No, they will never sponsor anything. Never. So we walk in there, and it's 14 bigger dudes.
Yeah.
Very American-looking fellas.
Right.
And as soon as we walk in, this guy walks up to us and he goes, "I'm the only guy in here that likes Americans. Let's take shots," in an accent. I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "We have Myrtle Beach has a deal with Russia where they bring in a lot of workers. And whenever they get off work, they'll go to this bar."
Ah.
So we were the only Americans in there,
Oh, no kidding.
and it was obvious.
This is just likely.
Yeah.
This is ringing a lot of bells for me.
Yeah, remember the big Russian competition?
Exactly.
Yeah, no
They
doubt.
were in regionals, weren't they?
Yeah, it was the Olympic regionals.
Where they killed the guy.
Yeah. Well, it's coming to that. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So we go to the bar, and the bartender is an American man, and he says, "What do you want to us in an attitude?" And I go, "What do you guys have?" He goes, "You're American." I said, "Yeah." He said, "We have beer, or Red Bull, and vodka." I said, "I'll have a beer." He said, "Don't drink the beer, it's O'Doul's." I said, "Okay, I'll have a Red Bull and vodka then."
So there's no booze in the beer?
What?
Yeah, they serve O'Doul's late night. So if you ever go to an after-hours bar, don't get the beer.
It's because of those Russians. They get so drunk.
Yeah.
Like
The
a
Russians
some
drink
But they
O'Doul.
have vodka.
No, it
Drink
gets even
vodka.
worse, though.
Then what?
Red Bull and vodka, he pulls it out from underneath the counter. It's a Red Bull can, with a straw in it, right? So I go, how many rooflets have been put into that Red Bull right there?
yeah.
He goes, only one. I said, that's good. I can handle one. So we do that.
Oh my
So we start dancing. We go to the dance floor.
You and your buddies?
Oh yeah, no girls, just guys. 13 guys.
This is getting more and more like Glee.
Yeah, this is Glee. We're dancing.
So you're dancing.
We're dancing. A blonde lady comes up to me.
But there were no women in it.
No, there's
women,
Russian women. So
Okay.
she was a blonde Russian lady. And we're dancing. I'm like, God, I don't want to do this. You know, I'm just trying to have fun with my guys. And she goes, $300. We have fun all night.
Oh boy.
I said, whoa.
Again, this is just
Right?
like
Just like Glee.
yeah, just
Russian
keeps getting
prostitute.
more and more.
Yes. First thought. Where the hell am I right now that this just happened?
Back home, did you read about the Russian prostitutes?
Yeah, right here in Indiana. Yeah, stayed away from that one, but this one trying to get me in there. Second thought, that's a bit pricey, right?
Yeah.
$300, $430. You need to lower your price.
Club's
Not
there.
much of the night left.
Third thought,
Classy institution.
third thought was, you don't get thrusted into a negotiation process often here in America.
Yeah.
And here I am in the middle of one, right? I'm excited.
Right.
I've watched every episode of Pawn Stars. I know how to do this.
I see. Okay.
First thing you do, you knock the product, right? So I say, probably damaged goods, right? That drops the price. She says, I am experienced. I said, in every situation, that's good, but not this one. I am a taken man, so this would have to be for a friend of mine. Here's the deal. After this, we're going to breakfast. I'm buying for everybody. If you happen to hate chemistry with a couple of my single friends, you're good to go. She said, what does that mean? I said, I think it means that your product is worth a stack of flapjacks. she said, I think you're disgusting. I said,
In a Russian accent.
I said, I think you're confused. See you later. It's a shame we couldn't make a deal.
Welcome to Poon Stars
We got out of
with
there.
your host, Pat McAfee.
That was a
We
good
left.
story.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Yeah, no, we just had a Russian hooker episode right here. We need to come back and
we just
find
had a
out what's
Russian
going on.
hooker episode right here.
Not right here.
Not right here.
No,
Darren,
but
Darren, by the way, welcome to the worst interview you've ever experienced.
Fantastic. This brings us to me talking about my Russian hooker background as being a former Russian hooker myself.
Nice.
But I've many a thing for
Now you realize you could have got $300.
Oh, man, $300.
exactly.
Or a stack of flapjacks.
I'm not above a stack of flapjacks.
So what kind of, I don't understand, they have an after-hours bar that has no booze?
No, I think the
That's why
Red
it's
Bull
after
is so
hours,
bizarre.
yeah.
The Red Bull and vodka, it seemed as if it had a little bit of alcohol in it, but not a lot. Because every bar would be open after hours if they could just serve booze. They just keep the place open so people.
That's like so proactively bizarre. It's like you have to
Yeah.
make an extra effort to be the bar with no booze. Like that's got to be hard to maintain as a.
It wasn't safe in there though.
That's
I
not
saw
a good
guys just
business.
getting knocked
Not a
out.
good
Like a business model, yeah. I feel like it's.
So we're going to
Picked
come.
up in a lot of places. Have you ever noticed
Yeah,
that?
but we left because we were scared of the pimp. I told my friend the story. He said, "Man, her pimp's probably looking for you right now." Yeah, we should probably get out of here.
Are you familiar with the term Kalishnikov?
Yeah.
Wow. We're coming right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Things with Bob and Tom on 101.5 IBA-FM.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello.
Introductions. I'm sorry. That's Bob. I'm Tom. That's Gunner sitting in for Chick McGee. Christy Lee is at the Bob and Tom News desk. Darren Criss from Glee is our guest in the studio in the interview loft, and he is sitting next to a fellow 26-year-old who happens to be in the NFL. It's Pat McAfee, kicker.
Hey,
Found on Twitter at Pat McAfee Show.
10-4.
And again, Darren, your handle again is
Just Darren Criss. The generational gap between. I'll just say yes, like Peter Criss. You mean like the magician? No.
Peter Criss, of course, from
Kiss.
Kiss, who is no longer in the band, but there's a guy with his makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little
Isn't that a
Everything.
strange situation for a band? It's like you can just be mistaken for somebody else as long as you have like a cat nose.
Yeah, it's not too many bands could do that. Although I don't want to get on this topic, but I mean it's a little weird when you see Journey and you go, wait, that sounds just like Steve Barrett.
It's not.
Who is
Yeah.
this?
God, he does sound like him.
He
though.
sounds just like
Well, you heard that story. He was discovered on
YouTube,
On
right?
YouTube.
yeah.
Amazing.
It's crowdsourcing, man. It's
Yep.
the best. All you gotta do.
I'm gonna try to do that for.
Or
I
Who
don't
you can
know.
impersonate?
Well, I told you. Bad to the Bone. It's my song.
George Strait.
See, that's
my
the bad
song.
part about having being a solo artist. You can't replace a solo artist.
Right.
Well,
You have to be
depends
an
on who's asking.
Yeah, not with that attitude.
Yeah. Jeez.
I'm full
Thanks.
support.
Bob, you're
And
stifling
here he
his
is.
I
creativity.
kinda wanna
George
hear it.
Thorogood.
Well, see,
Thank you.
when the big band era faded out, there are still some of the famous big bands out there. Obviously, none of the members are in them, and you know,
They just use the name.
Oh, you want it?
here it comes.
Oh, no.
All right, here comes her.
I don't know when to start.
Just go, ha ha
When
ha.
I walk the streets, just crease every side. Every woman I meet, they all stay satisfied. I want to be yours, pretty baby. Yours and yours alone. But let me tell you, honey, that I'm bad to the bone.
Oh, Pat to the Bone. Oh, okay. Well, now you're talking.
Guys,
Bravo.
you're really good at the
Bravo,
guitar,
bravo.
though. I didn't expect that.
Darren Criss on the
Thank you,
guitar.
Darren.
I saw an opportunity. And
Thank you so much.
I'm trying to learn the guitar. How the hell did you do that?
I think you got it pretty good with the.
He did a nice job. It just
the
needed,
singer?
that just needed a little more booze, and I think it would have been really
Oh,
nice.
you don't- it does
Put
help.
more
what we did
cigars?
before
That at 11 o'clock at night would kill.
Yeah.
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 Oh, depending on how drunk the audience is, I'm ready.
That's what I said. It needs a little more booze.
Oh, I thought you meant for me.
Well, that would help also.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, you know what Pat and I did before this. We've actually rehearsed.
Heard that. We were on the bus.
Doing shots.
He was doing a little bit better than I. That's why he showed up 15 minutes before me. I was in there freshening up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I saw him at Club There, and I was like, this guy knows what he's doing. We're going on the road, man.
He's a man.
Well, man.
I came up to him after the road show.
Yeah, he was dancing in our circle.
I said $300 for.
Yeah, when do you start? When does Glee go back into production?
Sometime in the area of.
You don't know.
Whenever.
I don't know, and I think sometime late July, early August.
How much in advance do you get the scripts that you have to memorize?
Anywhere from a day or two to a few hours. You know, you just show up and do what you're told.
Here it is.
Are you pretty good at memorizing the lines?
Well, I certainly had to become so. That's one of those things that I'm lucky. I was that kid in high school that, like, if I couldn't study the night before because you bet your bottom dollar that I would forget it in the morning. So, like, right before the test, just cram it in. And if short-term memory, great. After this, I'm gonna have no idea who you guys were or what
Sure,
was
that's
going on.
It's
understandable.
okay. Yeah.
What just
All
happened?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't either.
All he remembers is a Russian hooker.
Yeah,
and-
Just the highlights.
And how does football player get on our bus?
Yeah, no doubt.
He's been here for 2 years.
Why is
Can't get rid of him.
Why is Thorogood on the radio?
Why is he making me eat these pancakes? What the hell did I do?
What's going on?
Flapjacks.
Flapjack, sorry.
I've never seen Glee. When I watch him, I can be freaked out by the character you are. Are you like you?
No, I'm totally different.
17
So Glee is, I'll explain to you. Glee is an acronym for global, legendary, exciting.
You're doing better than I am.
The last E is actually.
Entertainers.
Yeah, it's a league of super secret agents. That
Oh, nice.
Kind of traverse
I like that.
Really?
It's like the original. Remember I Spy with
Man
Robert
from
Hoffman?
Man from
Oh,
Outer
yeah,
Space.
it's being
Yeah.
ser- are you
There you are.
being
Dead
serious?
serious.
not
Dead
being
serious.
He portrays a high school
No, but
kid
this is so
singer.
much better.
Yeah.
So it's like
Who's also a secret agent and fights aliens.
Sweet.
Yeah.
it's like superhero high school. What's that movie? Sky High.
Sky High.
That's what you're in. You're in
It's
Sky
actually
High?
like
Oh, I like that.
it's like Men in Black, but it's Men in Taps.
And it's It's basically the same thing.
Sure. And some of them are gay, so it's not Marvel Comics, it's Marvelous Comics.
Marvelous.
Let's go. We have to review what we learned today.
Oh,
I
geez.
can't wait to watch it.
And
I'm
now it's
gonna
time
Yeah.
for things that we've learned on today's Bob and Tom Show with your host, Tom.
There was a thing for sale in New York City.